Overflows.
Awareness and transparency. Enlightenment is a unique process. Let me take an example. A chef is going to make a dish. He uses various ingredients that are required for making this particular dish. Then there is a process. The chef has a deep understanding of the ingredients and the process. He combines the ingredients and the process in such a way that there is a proper blending. After all the ingredients are blended, they lose their separate identities, and there is, so when all the ingredients leave their separate identities, dissolve into one another, then something that comes out, which is the harmony between all the ingredients, but it is something different. And it has three things. Number one, it has an aroma, it has a look, and it has a taste. These three things, aroma, look, and the taste, you can say is the aura of that particular dish that he has created. A musician takes a song, he knows, then he uses the musical notes, their different processes in music, blends the two together, the modulation, the tuning, and all different things that are required in the music, and then he creates a song where all the ingredients are blended together in such a way that it has an appeal, it touches the heart. This appeal, this touching the heart that transforms the people, is the aura that the musician has created, blending the words, the lyrics, the musical notes, and other things. In the same way, enlightenment is a process where we have the existential bioenergy. There are 7 channels, there are 7 bodies. So first the energy flows unrestricted through all the channels. It activates the channels, and when a particular channel or chakra is activated, it begins to operate at its total, at its optimum level. It activates the body that it corresponds to. When all these things are blended in such a harmony, something is born through you. The bliss that happens to the person, the aura, the bliss, the awakening, the deep understanding, all that becomes an aura around that person we know as enlightenment. For this, awareness of every step, how this existential bioenergy flows through various channels, how it activates the individual body is very important. That is why the transparency of awareness is important. Awareness creates transparency of the fourth body, and then with that transparency, you see the fifth body. Fourth body becomes so transparent that not only you can see through it, instead you can even pass through it without any resistance. It becomes just like a door. It is just an opening. This fifth body is the bliss body. This bliss is already there. It is not to be found somewhere else, not something to be achieved. It is there only to be discovered, and you discover it by purifying the fourth body. But this too is just a body and has to be transcended. Bliss also has to be transcended. One has to go beyond, because if you cannot go beyond bliss, if you cannot go beyond bliss, you are still off the center. You have to go beyond the bliss. Otherwise, you are still off the center. Because bliss is still an experience and the experiencer is still beyond. So whatsoever you can feel will belong to some body. This or that. All experiences belong to these five bodies. And when there is no experience, only the experiencer is. When there is no known object, only the knower remains. When there is nothing to be witnessed, but only the witness is, only then you are centered in yourself. Only then you are. Otherwise you belong to this body or that. This is not a body. This is the original nature. This is the existential source of all beings. Two or three things more. When you transcend this bliss body, you transcend individuality as well. When you transcend bliss body, you transcend life and death as well. Because life and death are phenomena which exist only in the bodies and in relation to the bodies. Where there is no body, you cannot die and you cannot be reborn. So once one becomes aware of the no body existence of the center, then there is no death, no life. Then you are existence itself. Then there is no individuality. Then you are not. Simply the being is. All forms or names are lost, dissolve into one another. Meditation is the method to purify the fourth body. Then what to do? Then what to do with the fifth? How to transcend it? How to transcend bliss itself? It is difficult to understand because we do not know bliss at all, have no taste of bliss. So how to transcend it is irrelevant. First, one has to know, and the moment you know, you will know the key to transcend it. You know first what bliss is, then you will get the key. The key is known very easily because this is the last body. With everybody, it is difficult because again you face another body. So you transcend one body, but again you are rooted in another. When you reach the bliss body, the next behind, then behind the bliss body, for the first time there is no body now. You are near the very center of existence, and it has gravitation of its own. That gravitation is known as grace. It pulls you up. And this is the stage. At this stage, then gravitational pull does not work. Instead, the pull of the grace works and it pulls you beyond the body. You throw something and gravitational pull is down, pulls it down. The earth pulls it down. But beyond the 200 miles above the earth's atmosphere, around the earth, gravitation cannot work. So the moment a spaceship passes the 200-mile barrier, the earth cannot pull it down. This is the boundary of the earth's pull, 200 miles. The bliss body is just the boundary of the no body existence. And when you are in the bliss body, you are in the pull. Now a new gravitational begins to work. That gravitation pull, that gravitation is known as grace. That is why those who achieve the state beyond all bodies say, this is not by our effort that we have reached it. It is by God and His grace. This is what you experience. The gravitational pull is not working on you. You are pulled by another force, grace, and the ultimate happens. Really, with the fifth, nothing is to be done anyway. You have only to reach to the fifth. That reaching itself is the doing. Reach the fifth and you will be pulled. Reaching itself is in any way transcendence. That pulled you out of all the bodies and you are in the open space. Open space, floating in the vastness of the sky. This is what taste of enlightenment is that one can have.